So we're ready to start the finals of the women's 3-meter springboard competition, synchro. So as a team, we have 8 teams in total, and this is our lineup at the moment. The Germans are going to kick off the competition, Ottenhaus and Rota, followed by the Russians, Salvanovsky and Stepanova. Russia, the third last year, or 2 years ago in this competition. They're going to be followed by Australia, Holly Cushin and Sophie Johnson. Australia last medal back in 2013. And the Chinese team, they're the ones to beat. 8 medals already. Leng and Snen, they have won 6 golds over 18 years. Then followed by Lenz and Sculti of the USA. USA have 6 bronzes over the last 20 years in this event. Mexicans doing extremely well. They're number 2 on the medal table. 5 medals so far, 1 gold. Can Mexico with Hernandez and Mendoza pick up another? Korea also on the medal table. They have 1, 2, a chance for another. And the final pairings, Canada in this competition. So there's the lineup on your screen. Germany, Russia, Australia, China, USA, Mexico, Korea and Canada. And send. Pike, so Snen to the right and Leng to the left. Different lineup altogether. There's the reach up, open pike, shows their flexibility, good. Beautiful line. We're into the 8s, 8.5s for the synchronization. So with that dive, by, let's see, 3.6 ahead of the Germans and the Russians. 4 teams still to go. Up next. Sculti closest to us, Lenz further away. Back pipe. Yeah, good dive from the Americans. I'm not sure splash going through the water. Well, equals the Chinese, so that's a good result for the Americans. 2 8s, 8.5 for the synchronization. Mexico, bronze medalist 2 years ago. Mendoza already with a gold medal. Showing that on the 10-meter. Extremely high. Both these ladies powerful on the springboard. High, yeah, up over 5 meters, lining up well. So no one's put a foot wrong so far. They're looking at the water from about 6 meters up, so no problem with the entry. So we have our third team on 48.60, so they're all going to be tied for the lead if Korea and Canada can't get above that. China, Mexico and the USA all on 40. Oh, in fact, look at that. China's ahead, 48.6, 46. So individual scores from 6.5 through to 7.5. And they'll be disappointed with the synchronization set at 7.5. 43.8. So they're down a bit there. Mexico, joint second. Yeah, it's going to be a good score for the Mexicans. No problem with the entry, no drifting over for them. Good touch from Varley, holding at the same time, locking out at the same time. There's the reach. Varley on the far side. Shamandi closest to it. There's Mendoza. And good scores too. 49.80. So that's higher than Chinese. So after 2 rounds, China very close between Mexico and China. Korea back in joint positions, third with about agreeing on the synchronization, 7 halves, 2 8s. I don't think the 58 will hurt them too much. Mexicans in the 2.5 this time in the pike position. Just a bit splashy going through the water. That's unfortunate because the dives were good. You see the drive, the hard push with the legs and the throw down the diving board. But look at that, both divers at angles. I'm not sure the judges will pick it up. Maybe. Sometimes divers do that instinctively if their feet have come too close or they've hit in the past. Well, they break 60 points, so that's good for them. And for now, 2 teams to go. One of the optionals is China in the lead on 165. So they're pulling away from Mexico in second, who's just ahead of Russia. And as we go down, Canada in 4th, USA in 5th. And it's going to get harder for the Koreans and Germans and Australians with just 2 rounds, 60.48. And let's jump them up to second place for now. Good effort from the Americans. Not quite 8s on the synchronization, but so close. Mexico. The pressure now for Hernandez and Mendoza. They're doing a back 2.5 somersaults pike. Beautiful dives from the Mexicans. Well, they'll be looking to go into the 60s. Should be able to get it. 3.0 degree of difficulty. And they performed it well. Good action here. Lovely pike. No crimped legs. No bend of the knees in the pike. Good lockout. Spotting the board. Their feet have gone up at the board and then reaching back. And it is the highest score in this round. And the second highest score of the competition, 64.80. So they've caught up 6 points. China have lost a huge lead. It's just down to 0.38 to the Mexicans. USA way back. And it's very close between them and Canada. Germany, not out of the running yet, but Russia is going to be more difficult. And it's going to struggle for Korea and Australia back in 7th. Get them close to the medal. Good throw. There's 1 3/4 into the single twist. Lining up again. Big smile there. 65.70. Fine. China. So close. 2.5 1 twist. Nice, good. Here's heading the board. Ball catapults them up in the air. Single twist. Just a small mistake, legs coming apart and then going back together again. Finishing just under the board and just about vertical entry. 64.80 in 6 times. USA now currently in 3rd. Final dive forward 2.5 somersaults, 1 twist. It's really good. 64.80. So for the moment, USA are in second place on 2.74, and that's just 14 points behind the Chinese. That's a good score. It's ahead of Germans, ahead of the Russians, ahead of the Australians. Just 3 teams to go. It's the Mexicans. Forward 2.5 1 twist, and they're currently in second. All these teams are performing the 2.5, 1-3 so well. Normally you get one that might drop. But we're seeing 3 great single twisting 2.5s. There's the throw, out at the same time, lovely twist, lining up, just hit the water at slightly different times, but the synchronization scores will be good. Will Mexico go ahead of America? They're on 2.74. The Americans are astounded, but the Mexicans have gone ahead of China. So the Mexicans on 2.91, China on 2.88. Well, look at that. 2 favourites, they've won it 6 times. Mexico, you can't rule them out because they've won it 3 times. And on the final dive, Mexico take gold from China, their second gold of the competition. China, it's their second silver, and they'll be disappointed about that. But what an amazing result for the Americans, picking up their second medal, and it's a second bronze medal. Commiserations for Canada. They did their best and just lost by